Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. My name is Tumeka Hankerman, and this is my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. I just had a confused look when I started this video again because I was talking for a good 5 minutes now in another video and it just stopped. And I decided to start the video all over again because I don't like it when you merge the videos. Like I said, I'm not a tech person, so it sort of shows when I merge videos. So I decided to start the video all over again. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me start off by welcoming the new people that have joined our family in the past 2 weeks. I would like to say welcome, and I hope you will actually enjoy being part of our mental health nation. This is a very safe space. We're all just trying to find ways to navigate around our mental health. There's no judgment here. There's no miss I know it all. It is purely us trying to find a way to deal and a way to navigate. So I hope you will really enjoy the content that I put out when I can. I have decided not to make any commitments of when I will drop a video because this page has been ongoing. It's going on a year and it wasn't supposed to be this way. But anyways, before I go any further again, let me just put out a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, or anybody who has been trained to deal with mental illness. I'm purely someone who was diagnosed with anxiety over 2 years ago, and I have just been navigating my life with it. I am currently on antidepressants, and I've been on them for 2 years. And I don't know it all, but the purpose of me starting this page was purely to provide information to people, to normalize mental health issues, and to actually get rid of society's stigma where mental illness is concerned. So please do not let this page be a substitute of anything that you need to do where your mental health is concerned. You still need to go to the doctor. You still need to get their diagnosis that you're suffering from mental health. So please do the right thing and don't rely purely on this page. Cool. So I did shoot a video on Friday, which I was supposed to post, but then I looked at the video and I felt as though I was blabbing. It wasn't anything related. It was just purely a life update video. But then I was like, I don't want to post it. I feel like I'm blabbing, and then I didn't post it. But basically, what I was trying to say in the video was that some of the changes that have come into my life or change that I've made. I have recently resigned from my job as a senior audit manager. Yes, I am getting out of professional services and tapping into the space of corporate. So it wasn't an easy decision because when I got back into audit in 2017, I had decided that, you know what, this is it. I'm staying until I make partner. This is something I love. This is something that's very challenging on it daily. I get to be exposed to so much. But I think this year has been a battle between that dream and the passion that I have for the profession and navigating my life where my mental health is concerned, where my physical health is concerned, and where basically my needs and experiences were concerned. So let me just explain it a little bit more. So I've pushed my mental health to a point where it just doesn't want to be pushed anymore. So as I explained that my job is very high pressure environment, long hours, servicing clients, dealing with different personalities where the people you're working with are concerned, personality clashes, basically pushing yourself to your ultimate limits. So I think I have pushed myself to my ultimate limits, and it was kind of disappointing when I made the decision that I'm going to resign because I thought I was going to stay until I make partner. That was basically the goal, and I don't think I was very far off. It was just 2 more steps in the profession before I make that goal. And I could see my current employer had those plans for me, that we're going to give you the tools that you need to actually get to where you wanted to. But I think it just came at a point where I needed to just choose what I wanted to do. And I think it was more of a choice of my well-being versus my job kind of thing. So at the end of it, I decided to choose me, which has been great. I did find something. Luckily, God was on my side. I found something that is in corporate. And funny enough, it's a very, how do I put this? How do I put this? So it's a job in one of the big companies in South Africa, where I'll be a head of operations in corporate investments. So I am really excited about that opportunity. I'm not going to disclose who I'm going to work for. So I think God just said, you know, a child, there is you wanting to be partner, but I'm going to give you something that could match up. Do you get me? So God came through. I am grateful. I am grateful. So the video on Friday was about that, but I branched out quite longer to a point where I felt I was blabbing. So that's basically that. I'm serving my last month now in my current employer. Love my current employer, and they really wanted to provide me the tools to, you know, to recuperate and, you know, and get back into the job if I wanted to. But the thing about me is I want to give you my all. I don't want to give you half of me. So I felt as though if I were to stay, I'm going to start giving half of me, which is basically not what I want. So that's basically the change that's happening in my life. But that's not what the video today is about. I'm hoping this video will be fairly short. And this video is actually supposed to be a follow-up video to the video I did with my husband, but I didn't do the follow-up video. So the video for today, as you know, Pink Book is here. The video for today is more of, I get these questions that how do I navigate love? Like, how do I get to love someone else when mental illness actually requires so much out of it? As you all know, I am married to a handsome man, and we've been married now for, it will be a year in October, but we've been together for over 7 years. And when we started dating, I wasn't suffering from mental health. It only happened 4 years into our relationship that I actually started suffering from it. 4 or 5 years into our relationship, 5 years into our relationship. So now, you know, he knows me before I had this. He knows me with this. So now people sort of ask, like, how do you make, how did it change your relationship? Of which then I'm not gonna get into that of how it changed the relationship. If you want to know, please go watch the video that I shot with my husband. But this one is more of what kind of a partner am I? Love versus mental health. So as a mental health sufferer, if you want to call it that, what kind of a partner am I, and what works in love when you suffer from mental health, basically. So let me start with one. I'll do two things here of the things that help in our relationship and the kind of partner that I am, and then I'll give you some healthy reminders where you are someone who is scared to get into a relationship, or you are someone who was in a relationship, then the switch happened and now you're like, I want to get out of this relationship because I don't want to burden this person. So the first thing is, I'm a praying partner, and in this praying partner, I pray with my husband every single night without fail. We hold hands and we pray. Guys, if you are someone who believes, you cannot seal your relationship and build it on a foundation that doesn't involve what you believe in, right? So we believe in God, right? We believe that everything that we have is because God decided that I'm going to give it to you. We worked hard for it, but with the grace and the faithfulness of God, he said, you have worked hard and then I'm going to reward you, right? If we believe in God to provide us the the tangible things, why can't we believe him to provide us the intangible? The intangible in this case being my mental health, right? So we incorporate my mental well-being in our prayers. That God, if this is your will, I accept it. This part of my life was written in my script, right? But now it has been written in my script of life with someone else. So now here's someone else who met someone at the tender age of 24. At the tender age of 24. And they didn't know that they were inheriting someone who's actually gonna suffer from mental health in the long run, right? So prayer has helped. We incorporate prayer. And do I think God has delivered? Yes. He has delivered where my mental health is concerned, because I'm doing this, because I've accepted it, because I'm finding new ways to navigate it. So yes, we incorporate prayer. We're praying people. So that's the first kind of thing that we do. We normalize including anxiety in our prayers. That's the first thing. The second thing of what kind of a partner am I is I'm a partner who offers information. So I teach my husband about mental health issues, right? The reason why I do that is, one, someone can't support you if they don't know what you're going through, right? So in order for them to be able to know how to support you, you gotta offer information. And what do I mean when I offer information? One, it could be just your physical well-being, where you're like, I am not coping, I am drowning, I am this, I am suffering from a headache, I'm suffering. Offer that information. Offer information about the things that they do that trigger your mental health. There is something that my husband used to do when we're still dating that triggered my mental health. I had to tell him that this triggers my mental health. This triggers my panic attacks. And he stopped doing it. Do you get it? So you need to offer the information. You need to educate them. The amount of information that you have where your mental health is concerned, give it to them as well, so that they have the same level of information. And if you feel as though there are ways that they can support you, offer that and say, when I do A, B, and C, this is what I would ideally like you to do. So they need to know what you require of them. And in order to do that, you need to speak up. Cool. 3, I'm a sacrificing partner. And what I mean by that is, there are days when I don't want to do anything and I just want to be in bed, or I want to be in the couch, on the couch watching TV, and my husband understands that. But then there are days when my husband is like, I feel like going for a drive, I feel like going for dinner, I feel like going for this. And some days I don't have necessarily the same feeling that I want to do that as well. But I need to sacrifice and do it. Do you get it? As I have explained, I have this gushing fear whenever I'm out there that something bad is going to happen. So part of being in love is, even if you have that feeling, sometimes you need to sacrifice for the person you love. Because there's so many times you're going to say, I can't go out, I can't do this, I can't do this. At the end of the day, our relationship was not like that. Do you get it? So our relationship was not the one where we were indoorsy people. So we've had to transition to being like indoor kind of people, because to accommodate me. But at the same time, I need to accommodate him, because he loves the life out there of exploring, going on a drive, going to eat out. So I need to do those things as well. So I've had to sacrifice sometimes to accommodate him. But I have a very selfless partner who'll be like, are you sure you really want to do it? We don't have to do it. And then sometimes I'll be like, no, I don't want to do it. And then he understands. But not all the time, guys. Not all the time. Cool. Respectful. I'm a respectful partner. I respect my husband. I have a very strong personality. I have a very strong personality. I speak my mind, I speak my truth, I stand up for myself. Those things, like, that's me. But when it comes to my husband, regardless of how I'm feeling when I'm very anxious, I never tap out of a space of being disrespectful to him. Do you get me? It doesn't matter how much my emotions or my anxiety has taken over. You will never hear me disrespecting my husband or speaking in such a manner that it might cause emotional damage. Do you get it? So I keep myself in check. You need to be able to be, you know, there are people who suffer from things, and someone, you will know that someone is, when they say you got out of the wrong side of bed, or you woke up on the wrong side of bed, or something like that, because you're very, like, you just annoyed in life. Like, I tell my husband, I wake up and I'll be like, yo, I'm very annoyed today because of A, B, and C. And if he does something that I don't like in that space, I just tell him, but please don't, please, but you don't, I'm not okay. But you'll never hear me saying, I told you I woke up on the wrong side of bed, but you're doing this A, B, and C. No, like, I don't. I still keep myself in check. And I think for me, respect has been the best foundation of our relationship. I honestly think so. I respect my husband because he respects me, and he respects me because I respect him. So being respectful is something that has worked. So regardless of how I'm feeling, I always need to ensure that I don't get out of line, or I don't become somebody he doesn't know. With that being said, I don't think that mental health is meant to make you a mean person. So if you are and you're blaming it on mental health, I think you're wrong. You need to check. Maybe it isn't part of your personality. Okay. Another thing is, I love when I get the opportunity to. What that means is there are days when I just want to be on my own. There are days when I just don't want to be touched. I don't want to be kissed. I don't want to, I just go into a very quiet space. And I make sure that he knows it's not anything that he did, but it's just that I'm going through some form of emotion or some form of something that just requires me to be in this. But when I'm not in that, which is about 80% of the time, oh, I will love my husband. I will tell him every second. I will go to his desk where he's working, and then I'll hug him. I will just tell him, I love you. I'm very loving. So when I'm not loving, I think he sort of understands that there's something going on and he can see it. So when you get an opportunity to love someone outside of your mental health, make sure you make up for all those times when you couldn't love them because you had to love yourself. Like, because all the love you had was just the love that you could only give yourself, kind of thing. Cool. And then the last thing is I'm a very vulnerable partner. So I'm not scared to lay out my emotions on the table. I'm not scared to cry in front of my partner. I'm not scared to be helpless. I'm not scared to say to him, but I'm needy today. We say that a lot. So when one says it, I'm needy today, it means you need to hug them, you need to cuddle them. That's the kind of relationship that we had. When you say the word, I'm needy today, then sort of need to take them, hug them, lay them on the chest, play with his hair, and They just need that feeling of being loved at that point. So I'm not scared of being vulnerable and telling him how I feel, crying my eyes out if he doesn't even know what's happening to me at that point in time. I'm not scared to tell him I'm needy. And all of those things, my husband knows I can stand up for myself. So when I can't stand up for myself, he knows that he needs to step in and help me. So with that, with all of these things, those are the things that and sort of I've drilled them in, especially more now that I suffer from anxiety. I've drilled them in my relationship. He knows about them. He knows that if I do this, this needs to happen. If this happens, that's the kind of relationship that we have, and that's the kind of partner that I have, and that's the kind of things that have helped work. That has helped make our relationship work post me being diagnosed with anxiety. Cool. So now I'll spend about 5 minutes just to give you some cool reminders that you need to remember. The first reminder for myself is, 1, he stayed. My husband had a choice to walk out when I was diagnosed with anxiety, but he didn't. So when I start doubting myself and whether I'm capable of being loved, whether I'm lovable, whether I deserve to be loved, I remember that this person had a choice to leave, but they decided not to leave. They stayed. He stayed. He held my hand when I couldn't do anything for myself. He held my hand when I was breathing out of control, had palpitations, with the most hectic panic attack. He stayed. He loved me. He could have walked away. So why now, after 3 years of being, suffering from mental health, do I need now to start doubting whether he could potentially love me? That's my first reminder. The second reminder that now should be actually applying to everybody is that we're lovable, because with or without our mental health issues, we're amazing people. Just think of a time when you didn't suffer from mental health and how you were confident in love and how, you were sure of yourself, how you're amazing. Don't let the moment where you are going through something mental health related sort of make you think now all of a sudden you're not amazing. You're very much amazing. And don't ever doubt that, even in that moment of self-doubt, even in that moment of the most uncomfortable panic attack, even in that situation where you don't want to go outside. Just remember that you're an amazing human being. Third reminder, love is beautiful. Love is beautiful, guys. And when you actually allow yourself an opportunity to be loved, you get to experience the beauty of it all. Love is beautiful. And when you get a chance to be loved by the right person, you get to experience the beauty of love. But you will never know the beauty of it all unless you step out of that space you're in and remember you're an amazing person. You deserve to be loved, with or without your mental illness. Love is beautiful. Love is such an amazing thing. And I wish you could all experience it. And I wish someone is suffering from mental health out there, you could get the chance to be loved, and you will actually realize that you think less of your mental health because there's someone who actually makes sure they make you forget the pain that comes with living with mental health issues. Cool. The fourth reminder is that if someone loves you, mental health will not scare them. This now applies to people that are suffering from mental health and are single, or someone who wasn't suffering from it and now is suffering from it. Guys, someone will stay regardless of the situation if they really love you. So don't think it's you. It's them if they leave. It's just that they can't handle that. And it's okay. It's okay. But if someone really loves you, mental health illnesses will never scare them. They don't see them as baggage. They don't see them as, an additional layer of stress that they need to carry. They will carry the stress with you if they love you. And the last reminder, a very important love. In order for you to be loved, you need to love yourself first. I know that mental health issues or illnesses, they actually come with a bit of a layer where you don't feel as though you love yourself, you hate yourself, you hate how you're feeling, you hate everything that is happening to you. If you are feeling that way, just remember that it would be impossible for someone else to love you. You need to love yourself first before you can actually put yourself out there in the position to be loved. Because if you can't love yourself, then you can't love someone else. Then you're going to be a bad partner because you can't love. And the root and the foundation of a relationship is love. So you need to work on you and loving yourself in order to love someone else and in order for that person to love you. You can't be loved by someone else when you actually lack the love from yourself. You can't rely on the love of someone else for compassion and all those things if you don't even have love for yourself. That was actually my last reminder. But I think this video is more to let you guys know that you can still function and have a functioning relationship even if you do suffer from mental health issues. But you just need to determine what kind of a partner are you going to be. Are you the kind of partner who's going to use mental health as an excuse for everything? And then if that's the case, then probably your relationship is a little bit rocky, because you need to come out of that space and actually be selfless in certain situations. And in certain situations, you need to sacrifice your mental health in order to accommodate your relationship. But I think the takeaway that you should take here is just to investigate a little bit more in self-love. I think when you love yourself so much, I love me. Whoa. I love me. I love me. Which makes it so easy for my husband to love me. Because I have so much self-love, it overflows and I get to love him so much. Guys, you should see me when I love my husband. When you should see me and my husband navigating life together. It's like this is what I always say, that we were made for each other. God had a purpose and a plan when he joined us together, because I've never experienced love like I have with him. So I wish everybody could actually get to experience that. And the only way you can do it is to get out of that space and remember you are a super amazing person and you deserve a partner who's going to show you how amazing you are. So I hope this video will help in terms of basically how do you navigate love in a relationship. Unfortunately, I can't speak to me and my partner, we're already together when I suffer from it. I can't really speak to people. I can't really offer much information to people who are suffering now and are single of how to put themselves out there. But all I can say is that love is a beautiful thing, and I wish you can experience it. And if somebody loves you, they're going to love you regardless of what you're going through. So don't ever doubt that. But I hope you'll have a beautiful Sunday, and please spend it being safe and very cautious and warm. And I will see you guys as soon as I can. And just one more thing, remember the book I mentioned? Please do go out and purchase the book, guys. I am still reading the book, but I am drafting notes on the book. So I think the video where I review the book will just be purely reviewing that book and things that I found very useful. So I hope you'll have a beautiful Sunday. Please stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.